Hey Legacy Builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. I'm going to be tracking expenses in this video from the 23rd of February through the 1st of March. So this is the last expense tracking for February, and I'm just going to share with you what happened, and then there are a couple of changes, minor changes. I highlighted any of the three categories that I'm tracking specifically on this weekly check-in page, and that's groceries, gas, and household expenses. And I can, tally up the numbers. Very simple. Everything else that's not highlighted is any money I transferred to bills, to the bills account, to our giving, or if it was investing, savings, all the other random things that happen throughout the month. Just because I do like to keep track of the balance and what goes into the operating account and what comes out. So the 23rd was a no spend day, and I think I wrote that on my calendar. I did. All right, so 23rd was a no spend day, so nothing there. On the 24th, Fidelity took out $35. So I am investing every single week automatically into my IRA, and that's $35. And that brought our balance down to $13.16. And then I went to Stop and Shop and purchased some food for $13.15. I'm so sorry that I don't have my physical receipts this week. I'm actually sorry for myself, but I have nothing to show for that. I may have a digital copy of it if I scanned it through Fetch or my other rewards app, so I may end up putting it on the screen. So after I made that purchase at Stop and Shop, it left us with 1 penny. Then on the 25th of February, we had a deposit of $400, and that brought us up to $400.01. And then on the 26th, we took a portion of our refund and we transferred that into this account, and that's considered an inflow. I think it's considered an inflow anyway. So that was $1,900. And then we had another transfer from our joint account for $800 to help us get ahead of our bills. So this money came in and immediately went out from our operating account to our bills account for the $800. And then we had a paycheck deposit on the 27th for $1,100. And then a second paycheck deposit of $500. So at this time, it's the time where bonuses start coming in, and then of course federal refunds or state tax refunds, if you get those. All of that money was coming in. And since it's close to the end of the month, I also got 2 deposits from Amazon. So one was for my KDP, which is the books that I sell there, like this budget book I'm working out of. I have about 5 different books for budgeting, and then I have journals. I have children's savings challenge books. I have my own regular savings challenge books, and whatever sold, I earned $4.48 from that. And then Amazon Inc. Deposited $12.57, and this is from affiliate marketing. So anytime you click a link that leads you to Amazon, if you purchase anything, even if it's not what the link that you clicked on, I get a small commission. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate the help in that area. That support is tremendous to me. So on the 27th, our balance ended at $3,917.06, and then on the 28th, that was the payday. So we transferred a tithe of $110. We sent to our emergency fund $80, and then to our mortgage account we sent $475. Let me see if I can turn it this way. Okay, and then we sent $205 to our bills on the 28th. Then also on the 28th, I purchased gas in the amount of $20. We went to Costco and we bought a whole pizza for the boys, and that was $10.81. And then I went to Stop and Shop and purchased some groceries, which is a food category. So our groceries category, if you're wondering, is called food. That's what I call it. So we spend from here if it's going to be eating out or if it's going to be groceries. We're spending from this category, and it's $86.05 worth of groceries that I bought that day. And then we had interest hit on the 28th for 3 cents, and that before I tell you the balance, we had another transfer to our tithe account, so we were giving extra money, so that brought our balance down to $2,430.23. So now we can get to look at how much I actually spent and budgeted. Now, by the time you see this video, I think I would have already closed out my last paycheck budget for February. So I don't think I'm spoiling anything by going to the paycheck budget worksheet itself. So when I closed out this budget, we had put aside $100 for groceries, and $20 for gas, and $15 for household expenses. So if you look, when I just tracked from, between the 23rd and the 1st of February, we didn't have any household expenses. So we still have the 15 for that. We did buy $20 worth of gas, and we spent, I think, about $92, $93. I'm not sure how much. Well, we're going to calculate it together. On groceries, we spent the $10.81 for the pizza, and then $86.05 groceries, and that came up to $96.86. So that $96.86 is what I'm going to fill in on my not expense tracker, but my weekly check-in. So we budgeted 100 and we spent $96.86, which leaves us with a positive $3.14. So $3.14. And then for gas, we spent all of it, so nothing left over for that. And then $15 for household. We didn't spend anything, so we still have that $15. So the total amount that we budgeted was $120, $135, 100 plus 20 plus 15. Yeah. Highlight because I don't want to confuse myself. And I am going to print out the sheet from Financial Freedom Diary. I like her weekly check-ins. And I will go to our Etsy shop and buy it. Hopefully it's still there. We spent $96.86 plus 20, $116. Turn it down, please. We spent $116.86. And so 135 minus 116.86 gives us $18.14 remaining. Okay. I think that's simple. Hopefully that's simple. I'm trying to be more simple, and less is more. Our total budgeted for the 4th week was 135. Our total spent was 116.86 out of these 3 categories, and we have a positive $18.14 left over, which means this is how much we will be able to budget with or include in our budget for the first paycheck of March. Since February is basically over, I wanted to start having something to roll over because we have to put a little bit extra to debt, and we have some other goals that I'm going to talk about when I share with you my March money plan. So we started with a balance of $42.69 in our operating account, and we ended with with $2,430.23. And I like to mention that because I'm looking at this like, here, tax refund time really did help us, and so we're grateful to God for that. And also the income that came in from Amazon, it came in after I already closed out the last paycheck budget for February, so that money is going to be used in March's budget as well, the first paycheck budget for the month. So I wrote it in the margin to remind myself. I'm really trying to stay on top of the money. I know I'm pretty detailed. I've been pretty detailed on this channel, but I want to be more organized because personally I feel like I have not been as organized as I could be, and I want to definitely do that. We spent $32 of that on gas, $4.07 on household, and $635.66 on food/groceries. So a couple things that I wanted to mention, just for anybody who didn't know, or just in case you're curious on how we manage the money when it comes to our food costs, because we have been budgeting for a low amount for groceries because we've been focused heavily on the emergency fund, and then we also have challenges that we're doing, savings challenges in cash, to save up for a household stock up. So that's where a good portion, maybe between 5 and 10%, I think I want to say, is going to those 2 things: savings for the stock up and savings for the emergencies or emergency fund, because it's good to have a healthy emergency fund. So because of that, food costs are a little bit budgeted low, but we still have what I call a food fund. That's actually the name of the high yield savings account, where we have been putting money for food. So whenever we were over, we would pull from that food fund. Like here, we took some money from this food fund because we went over on groceries. And so that's why we're able to keep up with it. because we were putting money all along automatically into this account, so that if we did go over, we had a safety net, we had a cushion to pull from. All right. So as our budgeted income increases, we're going to be able to allocate more money towards groceries because we had to make some shifts. And now that we are a month ahead of our regular bills, that gives us a little more leeway. I hope I'm using that phrase right. So we are going to end this session here because the next video that I need to prep for is closing out February. Overall, all the numbers, how we did with our budgeted numbers. That's basically what I'm going to be looking at. So hopefully, if you like watching budget closeouts, you'll watch that video. And I appreciate you for being here for as long as you were. And as always, continue to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for being here. Bye for now.